and have lived here for 60,000 years. Tuesday, Wild Arabia at 9:30 p.m. on Pearl Spectacular.
小提琴界搖滾巨星 David Garrett 全新大碟 Caprice 古典旋律流行演繹，國際巨星跨界合作，14首原創及改編作品。David Garrett Caprice CD 現已上市。
The judges serve up some bitter criticism over their favorite desserts.
What the hell is a trifle?
You've managed to take mascarpone and turn it into cream cheese.
It's starting to look like a little pasta dough. Your worst performance in MasterChef.
I don't think that's edible.
Thursday and Friday, MasterChef at 8:30 on Pearl.
Welcome back. Financial Secretary John Tsang says he fears the budget bill may not be passed this month. He said the government will be holding an emergency meeting this week to discuss contingency plans. Ronnie Samtani reports.
The budget debate has lasted 2 weeks now, but discussions on the Appropriation Bill 2014 are still not complete. In his blog today, Financial Secretary John Tsang said during the 32-hour meeting spanning 3 days this week, LegCo members did not spend a lot of time speaking. Instead, he noted that lawmakers participating in the filibuster constantly called for a head count to see if there was a quorum, which he said wasted nearly 7 hours and has seriously affected the schedule of the meeting. Tsang said he hopes the budget debate would be completed by the end of May to avoid government operations being affected. But based on the progress of the LegCo meetings, he said he's not optimistic. The Financial Secretary plans to hold an emergency meeting this Thursday with the different government bureaus to work out a temporary contingency plan. When last year's budget also encountered a filibuster in LegCo, the government failed to allocate funding on time, and so many government bodies ended up spending almost all their reserve funds. But Tsang warns that using the reserves may result in financial losses, such as a reduced income in interest payments. He also accused some legislators of putting on a show to gain media exposure, adding that he doesn't believe anyone in Hong Kong will benefit from the filibuster. He called for an end to the filibuster as soon as possible. But filibustering lawmakers claim they have a clear goal.
Our demand is very simple. We demand the government to be served $50 billion for the funding of their universal retirement scheme. So if he makes the decision, and then the whole thing will be over.
The government has 47 projects to be considered by the Finance Committee before the current session of LegCo ends in July. These include the low-income working family allowance and one-off relief measures for comprehensive Social Security allowance recipients. But Tsang pointed out that if the filibuster continues, these funding requests will have to be dealt with after the summer break and will delay several projects by at least 6 months. Ronnie Samtani, TVB News.
Today is, of course, Mother's Day, and while some moms were out celebrating with their families and enjoying, others took to the streets fighting for a better childcare services. Rachel Lung has more.
A day dedicated to mothers, and many sons and daughters are out hunting for the perfect gift.
I just want to send her a card and get her a gift here.
Some moms just wanted to sit back and relax.
We're just going to get a takeaway and hide at home.
Not all mothers wanted to be pampered on their special day. 3 generations of women in one family spent the day at work. This 80-year-old mother wanted to help out while spending time with her daughter and granddaughter at their flower shop. It's one of the busiest days of the year for us local florists. Why not help out with the orders? Florists say roses and carnations are still this year's best sellers. Although it's only been a few hours since the stall opened, these florists say they already need to stock up again on Mother's Day favorites. Meanwhile, these mothers took to the streets demanding for better childcare services. They marched to the central government offices, bringing along black carnations. Organizers of the rally hope the government will consider providing a subsidy for caretakers to help out low-income families. Rachel Ling, TVB News.
Groups met at the Central Harbor Front to compete at a creative flying competition. The wind refused to cooperate with some canned fish as they plunged into the water. And parting from their engine were the Mario brothers, but they made a perfect splash. And this warplane looked convincing but fell short of flying far. A total of 43 teams vied for the best design, best performance, and best distance covered in this creative flying competition. All right, Chris, over to you for some sports.
Much flying actually done there. In the NBA playoffs, the Brooklyn Nets beat the Miami Heat 104-90. Brooklyn sharpshooters made 15 three-pointers in the game. Miami's LeBron James had 28 points in the loss. The Heat still lead the series 2-1. Meanwhile, the San Antonio Spurs went up 3-0 on the Portland Trail Blazers. Here's Jamison Wong.
The Spurs starting to look like the Spurs of old, not the old Spurs. Tony Parker going by 3 defenders. Parker with a game-high 29 points.
Monday night.
San Antonio led by as many as 23 in the first half. Tim Duncan, 2 of his 19 points. He also had 7 boards.
Jump shots.
Portland had all 5 starters scoring double figures. Nicholas Batum, one of 4 players with at least 20 points, but it wasn't enough.
And a good non-call.
The home team got nothing from the bench. The final score 118-103. Spurs 1 win away from the Western Conference Finals. No team has come back from a 3-0 deficit to win a 7-game series. Jamison Wong, TVB News.
NFL news and defensive end Michael Sam became the first openly gay athlete to be drafted into the league. The St. Louis Rams selected Sam in the 7th round. The 6'1", 261-pound former Missouri player came out earlier this year. He was initially expected to go much higher in the draft, but failed to impress the pro scouts. Sam has said on many occasions he wants to be judged solely on his football ability. U.S. President Barack Obama issued a statement congratulating Sam and calling the moment an important step forward in the nation's journey. NASCAR and Jeff Gordon is back in the winner's circle. The 42-year-old took the checkered flag in Kansas City for his 89th career victory and first since October. The former 4-time champion is celebrating the 20th anniversary of his first NASCAR win. Danica Patrick finished 7th, and that's the best showing by a female driver in more than 60 years. The former NBA star Tracy McGrady made his professional baseball debut in Texas. The 34-year-old was a starting pitcher for the Sugar Land Skeeters, an independent league team. The 6'8" former 2-time NBA scoring champion gave up 2 runs in a short appearance on the mound. McGrady played baseball as a kid before concentrating on basketball.
Glad to see him out there again.
This one is hammered to deep left field. Will this stay in the park?
And finally, an Austrian bearded drag queen took home the top prize in the 59th edition of the Eurovision Song Contest on Saturday.
Say we're trouble. Well, the time has passed.
Conchita Wurst sang the power ballad Rise Like a Phoenix to win the championship. Wurst is the alter ego of 25-year-old Thomas Neuwirth. The annual competition is supposed to be completely removed from politics, but Wurst faced protests before the competition, highlighting a rift between Europe's progressive liberal side and the more traditional values of Russia and some other nations taking part. Amid growing tensions over the crisis in Ukraine, some in Eastern Europe blasted Wurst as an example of the West's decadence. And that is a wrap of our news. Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Good night.
World Cup Brazil, Tournament of the Strongest, is supported by Prime Credit, Men's Biolé, Tai Hing Catering Group, BCT MPF, 您喜欢Coolmate, Town Gas, Promise Finance, New Farm.
開波啦！
咦，阿斯朗無啦啦都喺度插花嘅，
點解要俾黃牌啊？
唔係黃牌，係莫釘我。個草地又爛又多水氹，梗係失準啦。
一貼一噴，啲蚊即刻彈開啊！莫釘我，耶！
Sunlight Financial presents The Weather Report is brought to you by Sunlight Financial.
Hello everyone, it was cloudy today with occasional rain and a few squally thunderstorms. At 5 p.m., a trough of low pressure was bringing rain and thunderstorms to the coastal areas of Guangdong. Up until 5 p.m., today's temperatures range from 23.6 to 26.6 degrees. 2.4 millimeters of rain has been recorded since midnight, and the current temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. The amber rainstorm warning and the thunderstorm warning are now in force. So Freddie, how's the weather tomorrow? Mainly cloudy, there will be some rain and thunderstorms at first. The rain will ease off during the day. Temperatures will range from 24 to 27 degrees. Well, you can expect more rain in the next few days. Tomorrow's air quality health index will range from low to moderate. And the maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 6. Now, here's the latest global weather update. Sunny in Shanghai, rain in Taipei, showers in Xiamen. Thunderstorms in Guangzhou and Macau, cloudy in Chengdu. Sunny in Beijing, rain in Seoul, cloudy in Tokyo. Thunderstorms in Bangkok and Manila, rain in Ho Chi Minh City. Thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur and Singapore, rain in Jakarta. Thunderstorms in New Delhi, showers in Karachi, sunny in Mumbai. Sunny intervals in Cairo, showers in Nairobi. Showers in Brisbane and Sydney, foggy in Melbourne, sunny intervals in Auckland. Sunny intervals in Toronto, thunderstorms in New York. Sunny in Vancouver, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Showers in London, Frankfurt, and Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a great evening.
It was brought to you by Sunlight Financial.